Homeopathy doesn't work. It's pseudoscientific bullshit developed well before germ theory and the discovery of penicillin. There's no clinical evidence that any homeopathic remedy is any more effective than placebo. The concept defies common sense and laws of physics, biology, and chemistry. It was developed by this smug-looking thumb called Samuel Hahnemann in 1796. Back in the beginning, he was translating a medical treatise that said cinchona cured malaria because it tasted bitter. Old Sam was skeptical of the paper, thinking that it for sure wasn't the bitterness that killed the malaria. Nowadays, we know that they were both wrong. It's a chemical compound in cinchona called quinine that kills the parasite that causes malaria. Anyway, Sammy decided to eat a bunch of cinchona bark to see what would happen. Well, he got poisoned, and the effects he thought similar to actual malaria. So he had this idea that like cures like, and all effective drugs produce similar symptoms to the disease they cure. That's why homeopathy comes from the Greek words homoios, meaning similar, and pathos, meaning suffering. But it's not actually a great idea to ingest a large amount of arsenic in order to cure a stomachache, or drink a bunch of coffee in order to cure being sleepy. So he came up with the idea of diluting the ingredients in like a fuck ton of water. The delusionary idea is that the more diluted the substance is, the more potent the effect is. Generally, they go through a process called serial dilution, where they take a drop of the suffering-causing substance and drop it in a vial of water. Then they take a drop of that and put it in some more water. Then they take a drop of that and put it in some more water, and so on and so on. And each time, they think they're making it more effective and stronger. Each step of dilution reduces the amount of ingredient in the substance logarithmically. So by the time you get to what's called a 6C solution by homeopaths, and is doing that process 6 times, it's the equivalent of 1 milliliter of substance in 250 million gallons, so 250 of those pools. Thumbo thought a 30C solution was what you should shoot for. That would be like a single atom of substance in the mass of 10 suns. They also say that you should jostle the shit out of the vials between each dilution. They say water has a sort of vitalistic memory, and shaking it retains some of the energy in the form of the water's memory. Water doesn't have a brain or neurons. When it's that diluted, it has literally none of the original substance in it. Okay, so why does it matter though? People believe untrue things all the time. Who's it harming? In 2020, the homeopathy industry was well over $1 billion industry in the United States alone. That's over $1 billion spent on snake oil in lieu of actual medicine. And patients who actually do need evidence-based medical treatment can delay that treatment hoping that their water and sugar pills will work. And that can lead to unnecessary disease progression or death. So I'm sorry, Not Available 000. It wasn't homeopathy that made you better. It was either coincidence or the placebo effect, 'cause